everybody, welcome to part 2 of chapter 2 of Index New Testament Volume 15. Now, if you're probably wondering why I was acting a little rush in part 1, I really wanted to get to this part with Misaka, so, yeah, you're gonna see me Misaka fanboying all over the place in this, or at least being more interested in that than whatever's going on in this volume, because this is what I was mainly interested in. But, yeah, okay, let's get started. Okay, so chapter starts off with starts off with we see Misaka on the bridge of where Toma and her fight and all. It's kind of weird. All this stuff kind of happens whenever she's on the bridge. It's kind of a whatever. Well, actually, didn't Toma's fight with Aqua happen on the bridge? I don't know. I don't know if it was the same bridge, but whatever. But we see her kind of thinking, back when Toma kind of blocked the big meteor that High Priest dropped from the planet or the sky, and she's kind of thinking in her head, I have to get powerful. Well, it's not necessarily her getting powerful. It's more about her reaching where Toma is right now. She just saw his full strength. All this just blocking meteors. She can't do none of that stuff, and she wants power. Or at least wants to get up to his level. I don't really know why yet. She just kind of my guess is that she just wants to protect him and, help him, or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, so she's getting into this weird little mental state where it's just kind of like she wants to help him. She wants to get up there and get on that train and follow him or whatever, or she's thinking he's gonna leave once he gets on a level and all this stuff. Kind of crazy going on there. But then we see Salome kind of appearing out of nowhere, licking a leather torture device. Okay, and it's just we don't really know if she just freaking eats weapons. Even in the end, we don't really. She breaks them to get their power, what it seems to be, but it's just kind of weird how we just see her eating just inanimate objects, but whatever. And she basically kind of says Hamazura was boring and average, and he didn't really seem like he was important to the faction anyway, which I thought that was kind of funny, and it was crazy. But yeah, they kind of start Salome. He's gonna start fighting, and we see that Salome her body's a lot different than most. She kind of dances, and she's so fast. She is burning the pavement on the bridge, which I thought was kind of crazy. But yeah, her body's kind of contorting, getting all messed up. Misaka's kind of freaking out at how crazy her body is, in which they kind of fight and all that stuff. We'll get inner monologue with Misaka, in which she creates an iron sand sword, in which Salome kind of says the expression external offering or whatever she says, and she kind of just takes it away immediately. And then Misaka's kind of shocked by this, and we get a further explanation of this, or it's sorry, I need to pull this up for this because I can't really remember what. It's a long sentence. It kind of really explains she's using a Celtic system of you can find just all this stuff all over the world. Destroying specific weapons, jewels, animal flesh, and abandoning it at designated places. It acts as a sacrifice and prayer for victory. The idea of a living sacrifice stands out a lot and can seem to exist in a vacuum. But that's only the extreme version after it all escalated. The original and proper form of a sacrifice is to use an object, a dance, or some other kind of offering that doesn't require taking a life. So, her power basically revolves around sacrifice, but it's obviously a type of magic, where she kind of just does all these offerings, like her dancing when she was fighting, and her whisking away her Misaka's iron sand sword to use it as a weapon, or maybe she was dancing to maybe strengthen or make her body all messed up in a sense so she can move unnaturally. That's probably one of the reasons too. So basically, whatever she can't. Well, I guess she can't sacrifice a human, but we'll talk about that way later on. And yeah, so basically she explained this, and Misaka's just kind of, just kind of not really caring, and she kind of fires her railgun at her, and which, well, actually, Misaka actually throws another one, and she throws like a propeller, and she throws like a bicycle. I guess whoever owned that bicycle, I feel sorry for, I guess. And she kind of absorbs all of that, and then of course, Salome further says that she can absorb or sacrifice stuff that she can't sacrifice stuff that's too powerful, or it can't be qualified as a weapon, or she can't absorb it. So I guess this leads Misaka to believe that these are well done, and in which she just absorbed it. And yeah, she absorbed it. And Misaka's just really super freaking worried about this and all this stuff, and it was just after that Salome just kind of saying, you're gonna die and all this stuff, and Misaka's just kind of going a little cuckoo because she's kind of laughing, and Salome's like, people call me a math murderer, but you're just taking this way too far. And Misaka just didn't care what she said, and it's like she's just saying all this stuff, like she's laughing, and she's like, take me into this new world of strength that, she wants it to fire. She wants it to test her limits and all this stuff. Like, wants to get stronger through this battle. And Salome's just getting a little freaked out by this and not really having any fun with it because she's not begging for her life or anything. Like, it's bringing Salome out, the freaking mass murderer. So, yeah, she was fixing to fire all the stuff together, the gravel and all that stuff she absorbed, and we see Claire, I think that's her name, coming down with her little poison ivy branch, and she kind of telling her, Kamisada, I don't want you to do this, you're not supposed to do this, you come back immediately, and of course Salome kind of denies, and they kind of have a cool little waterfront fight, in which we kind of cut away from that, and we see Misaka basically in despair of this fight that was just fixing to happen, and it was just really she kind of thinks of what Salome kind of told her, can you really remain normal? Can you really just remain where you are? Well, that's her inner monologue, actually. Or she said to me, if you keep going in this direction, she didn't really finish her sentence, but you kind of affect her a little bit afterwards, and which, she's just kind of not doing so great mentally, I'd say, and kind of cuts away from that, ends in chapter part 2, and we get in between the lines too, which we see Yujutsu kind of with, what's her name? Inshu, I think that's her name, in which, she basically wants her to copy Noken's way of thinking, or no, Bercy's way of thinking, I think, to kind of give her a grasp of how to use the anti-arc attachment, or it was something like what was it? Sample Shoga? I forget what it was. And which we kind of get this weird scene where she bites her ear, Inshu bites her ear, and it's kind of unclear where it's she betrayed her or not. I was kind of weirded out by this, but I don't know. But we get a kind of a cool little like a sign of actual freaking family, a big sister, little sister, and she's actually kind of like, I'm sorry, Yujutsu-chan, and all this stuff, and it was just kind of weird how, I don't know, it's kind of weird seeing the Cure House actually acting like a freaking family, but, whatever works, I guess, and then she kind of see her at the end, but she didn't hesitate because this is the essence of romance. It's not really confirmed that she died. She just kind of fainted from, she couldn't really take all that. That. Sorry, I just saw something. Wait, what? Oh, okay. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's the end of chapter 2, part 2. I know I didn't really get into it much, but I really wanted to talk about it more. That's why I was rushing through part 1 a little bit. But, yeah, I really enjoy Misaka, just her inner, just turmoil between, one, it's not where it's oh, I have to get stronger to protect Toma, or I have to get stronger just to get stronger, all this stuff. It's more newer than what we're used to, she just wants to be on the same path as Toma. She's realized, early on she was thinking that, oh crap, I got on the wrong side, there's this whole other world that's just so much stronger and so much better than, what I am. My powers have limits, theirs don't. That's pretty much the advantage magic magicians have. You know, they can add power on top of power. Esper's can't really. I mean, look at Accelerator. You know, his is kind of magic and science in a way, but it's like he's adding power on top of power. That's what he has right now. And with Misaka, you know, I mean, she's smart. You know, I mean, her win and loss ratio isn't really that bad. You know, she lost, like, I like to say maybe twice, really, because it's like her first fight in this series was with the Valkyrie. You know, even her, she wasn't really trying. You know, she was just kind of swinging her sword just casually, and Misaka was just kind of dodging and all that stuff. I mean, she was able to keep up with this, with also the Saint too that was with her. But you know, they weren't really trying. They were just kind of so boring. You know, all this stuff. And Toma, they try against him. He's better overall, and it's just. And when you see her, like when she fought Accelerator, she was almost like this. Except she wanted like to kill herself to save the clothes and all that stuff. She wasn't powerful enough. She had to be in that position where, oh crap, I can't do anything. And all this stuff. And now she's in a position where she's realizing there are opponents I just can't beat. You know, there are opponents that will beat me. You know, she fought High Priest. She did pretty well compared to most against the Magic God. But in the end, she couldn't freaking beat him. She could hold him off, but she couldn't beat him. And it was just, again, her win-loss ratio isn't that bad. She's won fights, like plenty, but she's lost some against magicians mainly. So, you know, it's obvious she's going to get something, maybe a power-up Black Lightning, maybe. I'm still betting Black Lightning later on. I know what happens already, but I want Black Lightning. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, ooh, she's just kind of she's not used to losing, really. You know, she's the third. She worked hard to get where she was. You know, and it's just having this much power and just seeing it's not really doing much, just getting the crap beat out of her mostly. It's just kind of, and she's not able to help Toma at all. It just kind of really breaks her. And I'm really liking her character arc. This seems like going towards more of her own volume next time. But yeah, I'm talking about way too much of this right now. But yeah. Someday after this volume, I'll definitely make a whole discussion video about her character and what I think is going to head on. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on that since we got a little bit into what she was thinking in this volume. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this.